some of you during the breaks. And again, I really want to thank you because again, you have really shown very, very positive reactions. And so I want to thank you for your vote of confidence. This is my basically opening title around marketing. Marketing, the way I want all of us to see this is the ultimate revenue engine. So marketing is not only about the bells and whistles, they have the baseball hats and all that. Marketing is about revenue, and I have no doubt about that. But also marketing is about action. Marketing is about activities. Marketing is about engagement. So this is something we have been doing for a while already. I'm very pleased with the level of engagement and activities that we have been doing together, not only with the marketing organization, but with you guys as well. Because as partners, we partner together, not only so that we can enable you, but also to do things together on the market together. So again, I really, really want to thank you for that. Now, this marketing set of activities that we do, being the ultimate revenue engine, I want to share some thoughts on how we got here, not from the marketing perspective, but from the industry perspective, and from kind of what has been the journey that we are seeing, and how should we adapt to this journey. This is really good. To this ever-changing business landscape. Think about it that way. Then also, I'm going to also focus a little bit around the execution, which is, so once we know everything that we have to do, how do we do it? How do we go and generate more revenue, more sales, which is ultimately what we all want to do, right? So let's go. So let's focus for a if you think about the buying process, everything how we buy from the personal approach as an individual, if you want to buy a car, that has changed dramatically. Think about how you would buy a car many years ago and how you're buying a car today. That has changed dramatically. Well, the same thing is happening to our customers. The way they are buying today is fundamentally different from how they were buying many years ago. So this chart basically kind of compares the then and the now. Then it was the sales guy who was in control. The sales guy was the guy with the carrying everything going into the customer saying, "Oh, Mr. Customer, here I am. I want to sell you something. I want to sell you something." And the customer really had not too much access to information. It was just, okay, this is what I'm seeing. I have the reports here. I have this information. That's basically how customers were having access to information, and the seller was the one doing most of the pitch. That has changed dramatically, and now you see that the sellers or the buyers now have access to abundance of information. That information is up there and it's available to everybody in the market. Everybody can have access to whatever kind of information you want. Now the buyers are really becoming much more intelligent in terms of having access to information and making their decisions by themselves. And quite frankly, this is also about being a marketing conversation. This is the marketing environment that we all live in. We all sales and marketing, but this is now becoming a marketing conversation that the customers are having. Let me show you some pointers here. 67% of the B2B business customers spend a portion of their time daily or weekly keeping up with industry trends, just to understand what the heck is going on. How they do that is, of course, by accessing information consistently. 60% will utilize the support of forums and groups to get informed. Tell me this, think about it. If your company is not participating in some of these forums, your customers are in these forums, right? So think about it. Your customers are there, you need to figure out why you're there. Then also, 42% of the C-suite, right, the top level guys, have made a decision on which vendor to select even before they have spoken to any customer. Think about it. 43% of the time, customers already made a decision, right? So what you need to think about is how do I impact that decision before they even talk to me? That's the way that is changing. And then last but not least, 85% of B2B buyers are using social media to the buying process. some sort of social media. Again, if your customers are talking to each other in social media, are you there? Are you present? This is not something that is, well, social media is for kids, social media is not for business. Absolutely not. This is a new way of doing business, and we have to be there. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay? This is just a very interesting picture. This is a picture of the Pope Benedict inauguration in 2005. There's an interesting time. 2005, the Pope Benedict is basically becoming the Pope. 2005. Take a look at that picture, right? Now, fast forward, the same event, now for a different Pope. Only 7 years apart. This is Pope Francis in 2013. Do you see a change? Do you see any difference there? Now, all those guys, it's not that they brought the cameras with them and they're taking more pictures, because if we go back to this one, you see that this person right here does have a phone trying to kind of take a picture. The important thing here is all these other guys are having their mobile devices and they're really just utilizing them for whatever they want. In that case, they're taking pictures. They're loading the picture. But guess what else they're doing later on? They're basically going into the device, they're going into e-commerce. They're buying stuff, they're selling stuff, they're communicating. This is a new game, and we have to be part of this. This is not an option. Your customers are there at the Pope inauguration. Can your customers buy your products while they're in Rome? That's the question. If the answer is no, well, they're going to try to buy it. And if they find somebody that can sell to them, they're going to buy it from that someone. Got it? So this is a complete mindset shift that we have to go into. This is about mobile. The world is mobile. We have to become much more mobile. And again, this is not about, I'll get to my office and send you a quote. I'll get to the office when I have some time. There is no time, it's now. Customers want to get things done right away, and we have to react to that. The expectation is that the customers are going to be able to want to buy from any device, from any location, any time, and also have access to any content. You might be saying, yeah, but that's more business to consumer. My customers who are buying contact centers, they're really not going to want to buy this in this way. Maybe they're not going to buy a contact center, but certainly they're going to search for information on the contact center. They're certainly going to search for you for somebody who's a referral that can talk to them about how that solution went. So again, these are different kinds of leads, but we're utilizing to get engaged in one another. Also, this is our customers must meet. I mean, think about it. These two guys there, that might be a CIO and a CEO exchanging information while they're running, right, or doing exercise. There might be a budget right here. Are we there? Because that's when these guys want to have access to the information. These guys, we just found something very interesting. When you send an email marketing campaign, you send an email blast, guess which is the best day to send an email blast for people to respond to? Pick a choose. Which day? It's actually Saturdays. A business email gets responded more on a Saturday. It's insane, right? Who responds to an email on Saturday? We all do, right? Because we have become the barriers or the balance between work life. So it's irrelevant now because you have access to it. You might be at the line in the shopping center and you're checking emails very quick or whatever. And if you want to have access to some sort of information, that's what you want to do. It's whenever you want to have access to that. So the important thing here is this is a journey, as I mentioned. This is a journey that we're moving into. And when we talk about marketing particularly, how can marketing impact this journey? So this journey, when you think about it, this is, I mean, who better to talk about marketing than Guy Kawasaki? Guy Kawasaki is one of the very, very few first guys who joined Apple and became the evangelist. We had a chance to have him at one of our evolution recently, and this is a quote I had. If you have more money than brains, You should focus on outbound marketing. When you have more brains than money, you should focus on inbound marketing. With a couple of the shops that I'm sure will understand a little bit better, but just if you think about it, this is really about the combination of a lot of people saying we should be doing a lot of advertising, we should be doing a lot of outbound things, versus connect with the right individuals and have you become more inbound. When a customer reaches you, 90% of their job is done. The customer wants to talk to you. When you're just trying to get the customers, you're doing most of the work. That's the difference here. We need to figure out a way to how to make customers calls because they want to call us. That's the job. That's what we have to do. This is this chart. I'm not going to go all into this. This is just a buying cycle. Think about when you pour in sales and marketing leads and prospects, and then you work all the way down to becoming a sales and prospect opportunity. You move from a suspect to become inquiry to a qualified lead to prospect, and then you close the deal. This is kind of the traditional way of looking at how we impact product. So, but if you look at this, certain things happen throughout the way. 45 to 70% of the buying journey has been completed before the salesperson gets, which is what I was mentioning before. Of course, depending on the more important consumer environment versus the B2B, what I was mentioning before, the B2B. But think about it, when you want to buy a car, you go and you make all the decisions. I just bought a car for my wife literally 2 weeks ago, and I went physically to the dealership and said, this is the car I want, this is the car I want, this is the deal, the same. If I had the option of just click here or buy something to my house, I would have done that. They didn't have the option. They said they had the option of create your car, send it to the dealership, and go pick it up. But see what I'm saying? Most of the time, that is what really happens. Now, in order for us to impact that, as I was mentioning, how do I impact between 40 to 70% of the decision before I even talk to the guy? Well, I need to increase my brand awareness, my voice over my customers need to know that I'm there. Otherwise, they're not going to make a decision. 70 to 90% of the leads generated by marketing are never followed by sales. So what the heck do I generate in the first place? There's a disconnect. Traditionally, there has been a disconnect saying, this is a bad lead, I don't care about this lead, you guys are not doing your job. And now the interesting thing, as I mentioned before, I happen to have both hats within Avaya. I generate the leads, and then I receive the leads because I also run the inside sales. So sometimes in the morning I can look at myself and say, your leads are really crap. And then in the afternoon I say, your sales guys don't know how to follow me, right? So the beauty of this is I think we've cracked it. I think we know what the formula is, how to ship is very short. So how do you tackle these kind of things? It's about increasing and enhancing the pipeline, having a process that helps you get through so many things. 38% of the salespeople understand the customer's issues and are able to identify how the vendor can help. Oh, that's great. 4 out of 10 people know what their customers want. What's wrong with that? You should be 100%. Think about it. Only 4 out of 10 people know what their customers want. Doesn't sound right. So how do we help to do that? We need that people. It's about activation. It's about enablement. It's about training and making sure that everybody, when I say sales guys, I consider this also in channels. There's no way that we should be able to sell something without being properly engaged. 53% of the customers are satisfied with the quality, the value of the information from the vendor. How do we kind of engage and activate some of these things? By having a better set of communications content so that, again, when the customers want to search for something, they can access it and get it. They want and they want. And then this is something that we surprised me. 650 prospects are required to close one B2B sale. Now, how many customers do we need to reach so they actually sell a lot, millions of dollars? So that's why you need to have a lot of contacts, a lot of things happening. And that's where the magic starts. You really need to be out there. How do you do this? You really need to have a better conversion rate. Because it's not only about just dropping more on the top, but you have a lot of leads. in your bucket. It's not about pouring more water. It's about fixing the leaks. It's about having a better process that allows you to kind of walk through the whole thing so that you have, so you don't need 650 processes. That is, by the way, another YABC. So this is just zero. So these 5 things that I kind of was highlighting in the right are, by the way, our marketing priorities. This is how we see marketing. Marketing is responsible for increasing our brand awareness for voice of Avaya, by enhancing our communication with our different markets, by increasing our pipeline and making it better, increasing our conversion rates, making increasing customer leads, and then enabling and activating our sales. So let me go very quickly some of these things that we can get on the line. So, voice of Avaya, and you have seen a lot of different things. Mark Wilson, by the way, yesterday spoke about some of the things that we're doing with Avaya to really bring our voice out. Things like, for example, if you were in New York today, you will see a branding and advertising campaign on the outdoors of the train station. Right? So these are some of the things that we're trying to do here and there. If you watch the programs on TV, we do have our products in terms of different TV shows for product placement. Those things are, again, just channel, right? Am I going to sell more into that? Well, eventually, yes. Can I tie my revenue to a particular product placement in a TV show? No. But down the line, again, as I mentioned, is the creation of the awareness and impacting that ahead before the customer is actually thinking about doing that. Then social media, as I mentioned before, it's about social media, and we have become very, very active. Mark mentioned yesterday the fact that we have increased our presence in social media, and we have become now really, really active in social media, and with Twitter and different LinkedIn and all that, really turning this into an engine that allows us to go out into the streets. Different things, and again, we have customer references. The one that we focus on is Sochi. Sochi is, even though Brad and Pierre Paul mentioned Sochi as a very, very good initiative in terms of technology and everything that we have there, which is the proof point of our success as a company and what we can do to deliver the Olympics. From a marketing perspective, we have a huge, huge opportunity. We're basically 90 days from the largest Olympic Games in the history in terms of social, in terms of activation, everything that we talked about before. And the question here is, how do we take this and we leverage this opportunity? So what I would like to say is, again, some of these things, I'm going to try to summarize some of these things and remember. I think that you have to remember, right? So I'd like you guys to remember, do join PR with us. If we issue a press release, issue another one, and let's start keeping things together. The more we do, the more we do, basically that becomes something that we maximize. Customer references is without doubt something that we have to go after together. It promotes our brand, our solution, but it also promotes yours. Last year we did some very, very, very cool solutions with customers, and it's a matter of time. I mean, we have to get to the rest of the world and let them know what we're doing. This helps us all. And again, as I was mentioning, maximizing Sochi. Don't just think of Sochi as these guys are having a party over in Russia. Think about everything that we could do together. Why don't we host, I'm going to throw something up, why don't we host a networking activity at a ice bar in whenever your city or your country might be, and we host it with the Olympics, and we bring in customers, and we talk about the Olympics, and we talk about the fact that we're doing all this networking. Why don't we launch a campaign together to reach out to the customers and let them know this is happening? Why don't we host a Scopia session between multiple locations to talk about the Olympics? And all these good things that we have an instance in time that we should maximize. So again, I'm just giving you some recommendations to do. Right? Second one, enhanced communications. I'm going to go very quickly with some of these things. We have a lot of activities, a lot of things going on. The Avaya podcast network is one of the things that you should definitely jump on. Customers who are really starting to utilize the podcast as a very, very important tool. We have thousands and thousands of customers accessing a podcast for information. So if you want to create a podcast with us and just start employing it? Absolutely. Let's do these kinds of things. Let's leverage as much as we can some of these things. We're coming out with different new diets and things that we had before, the contact center and stuff like that. We're coming out with new ones. So again, the to-do here or the homework is leverage the content as much as we can. We have a content syndication program that basically allows you to, for us, we create a program, or we create content, and it gets directly going to your website. If you're not doing content syndication yet, call us. Let us know. We want to help you guys. This is something that we put the content goes over to your site. Innovation Magazine, podcast network. Again, leverage what we're doing with you and for you. The third one is about increasing and making the pipeline better. We've been doing many different activities all the way from. We have different campaigns. We go, for example, this is collaborative, which is outbound campaign. We're trying to reach customers in the mid-market space. And you've heard a lot about the Avaya Evolution, which is our flagship event. Now, this year, I'm happy to say that we're taking it back into multiple locations throughout the Americas. And here you see some of the data. We're basically taking it back into all the cities that we've been doing last year. In the U.S., we're doing it in San Francisco, we're doing it in Dallas, we're doing it in, we're doing it in San Francisco, we're doing it in New York, and we're doing it in Michigan. And the one in Dallas, what we decided to do is collaborate with the IAUG event, and we're basically going to be having a regional stay at the IAUG event. So then, of course, the other ones are Guatemala and Mexico. So a few stats, very interesting statistics about evolution. 60 days after we hold an evolution, any evolution event, and that's the overall pipeline grows about 59% for that year. 60 days after, 59%, which is traditionally, that will be like 39% of the city that we don't have. Just as a reference, Mexico City, for the one who's had it for the longest, probably the more mature. The total pipeline for Mexico grew $10 million in just 2 weeks after the years of evolution. And also something I was trying to do is out of the 2,400 customers or prospects that attended evolution in Mexico, 34% were non-customers, basically non-Avaya. And that was why we decided, we said this year we want to go after non-Avaya customers, which might be different than our locations. I'm just sharing you some of the things that event might be able to help you. 21% of the source opportunities that happen or get created at the Avaya Evolution event become wins. 21%, that's a very good conversion rate. And the analysts and very bold analysts in Canada have recognized Avaya Evolution as the best telecom event of the year, as well as we have many different recognition for it. So again, think about it. This is something that is also a local event. Customers go to the event because it's a local event. They have to travel. This is about having think about the campaigns that we're running, Evolution is also running Evolution on Demand, which is all the content that we have before. We have not converted it into digital assets, but we can just go out and mobile. So if right now, if anybody wants to go out and see what they can go out and see that. Now, this is a content they actually do that as well. Experience Tours is a small set of activities that are available here, so that you can take this concept and you will do this together. So you can reach out to the channel marketing person and we'll schedule some of these activities together. There's the conversion rates. We have the war rooms, we have the EDCs. Some of these are things that we have to utilize. But then also, as I mentioned, I also want to do the basically out of Miami that are dedicated to your territories. Their sales guys are calling you to leverage their users, generating opportunities for you. Right? So utilize these folks. We just ran, for example, in the past 2 days, I ran a blitz out of Miami. generated more than 4,100 calls with these guys out of the 17 reps. And we have identified 145 opportunities in only 48 hours. These are the kind of things that we have to utilize. This is exactly the kind of thing that we allow to generate and use of 49% of those contacts that we made were the real decision-making process. So think about some of these things. We have the words, engage with the inside sales, but follow along the leads. Don't just, again, don't be part of that statistic that says that we follow along the leads. Because if you don't follow along the leads, then there's no conversion, no money, no sales. Sorry. No activities. Okay? In terms of activation of new channel partners and our different sales guys, we really have a lot of different things. I'm just going to highlight three. The partner connection day is, think about what we're doing today. We're taking them to the multiple locations to reach for smaller set of audiences. We're in multiple locations. We're doing this, we did it in 10 cities in 2013 to reach more than 2,000 people. Now we're taking this in the role and we start basically in January. So we're making the goal with a lot of this content really being to do as many people as we can. Of course, this is not the size of this group, because it is again being global. So there's a lot of things going on, and the intention is that your sales guys don't lose it. Okay. Again, remember part of the question is kind of like partner you are using database. Well, the partner marketing central different tools to allow you to generate more leads and more. So again, in terms of
the channel execution, why the hell is
we talk about content being king, but distribution is key. If you have great content but no one knows that it is there, who cares? It's about the water. You need to have great content, but also need to have great distribution opportunities. So again, in terms of just closing, I have a few aspects. Really try to take note of the recommendations and reviews that I asked you. But primarily engage. Engage with your task. Engage with your sales guy, but also engage with your channel marketing. These guys are there to help you sell more. These guys are part of the team. Also, we have a field marketing guys, so make sure that you engage with as many people as you can with also expand. Don't just say we're going to be doing this. And this is the only thing that I focus on. This is what I've been focusing on. I only do voice. I only do this. Expand your horizons. Try to do much more. But also try to do much more on the marketing front. Last year I talked about guerrilla marketing. I'm still open. Bring me ideas. I will do anything. Trust me. I will take my Mexican passport and just get rid of it. Right? So be my guest. We have to take risks and do things. Then last but not least, execute. This is about execution. You can have a great plan, you will execute right, and it's not going to work. In terms of speaking of execution, I have a really good video I'd like to share with you that basically wraps up what we did together in terms of execution for the shopping person and the marketing product. So bear with me for a second and just watch the video through 2 minutes. you very, very much for being here today. So thank you. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Executive Vice President and founder of Memorities Research, Robin Grace.